I would like to describe about Azure DataBricks architecture. So in this architecture, as a developer, you may not need to understand how it works under the hood, but it is better to understand the architecture so that you can reason out about where your data is stored and where your data is going to complete its location. So Databricks architecture is basically split into two parts. One is called the control plane. This is the control plane with Databricks subscription, and another one is called the data plane with customer subscription. Both are having the different types of subscriptions. One is Databricks subscription with control plane, and customer subscription with data plane. So control plane is located in Databricks own subscription. This contains the DBUX, I mean the Databricks UX, and also the cluster manager. So it's also home to the Databricks file system. So this is the Databricks file system. So the data and the clusters also, these many things will be there, and the data plane is located in the customer subscription. This is the data plane and it is located in the customer subscription. So when you create a Databricks service in Azure, there are four resources created in Azure subscriptions: the virtual network and the network security. And it is grouped for the virtual network, Azure Blob Storage for the default storage, and also Databricks Workspace. This Azure Blob Storage is like a default storage. It will act as a default storage, and it also contains the Databricks Workspace. And this is the VNet. It is containing of virtual different number of virtual machines, and we have just create the Azure Databricks service. So like in this way we can create the Azure Databricks service. The Databricks users such as data engineers and data scientists and data analysts will use Active Directory. So this is the Azure Active Directory, uh, which is on single sign-on to access the Databricks service. To get the access from Databricks service, when a user request for a cluster and to be created. So when the user is going to request to the Azure Databricks to create a cluster, so where the cluster is going to create in a control panel, because the Databricks cluster manager is there in the control panel, which is under the Databricks subscription. um, what it will do, the Databricks cluster manager will create the required virtual machines in our subscription via the Azure resource manager. So through the resource manager, this by using this subscription, it will create the cluster. This Databricks cluster manager will create the cluster, so none of the customer data leaves the subscription. So temporary outputs such as running a display command or data for managed tables are stored in the Azure Blob Storage. In this Azure Blob Storage, this temporary output, whatever the output is sending from the DBFS, Databricks, from here, the temporary output is going to store and display in the Azure Blob Storage. And this whatever the temporary output such as a running in display command or data for managed tables are stored in Azure Blob Storage is, the processing also happens when the VNet in our subscription. So the processing is including this VNet, because this VNet is consisting of virtual machines. The Azure Blob Storage we have here we have here is the default storage, or otherwise called the DBFS root. So and it is not recommended as a permit data storage. For that we can mount other storage accounts from our subscription, which we will talk in detail in the coming lessons.